right? You look at, um, let me ask you a question. Put one in the chat box. If you think that electricity will keep going up and up and up, you want to put a one in the chat box if you think that is. Put a two in the chat box if you think it's going to stay the same or it'll go down. Okay, just out of curiosity, kind of what people are thinking about. But just from the last year or so, we've seen a massive increase. Just in a few different states, we've seen California alone that's already crazy expensive, 16% increase. 14% in Arizona, 70% in Texas, 108% in Ohio. You know anybody in Ohio, we need to reach out to them yesterday, okay? Connecticut, 100% increase. If your bill is $300, now it's $600, guess what? These are people that you want to be talking to. Florida, 18%, Maryland, 56%, New Hampshire, 40%. Guys, it's going to keep going up and up and up. And just looking at the chat, it looks like people are seeing what we're all seeing here. So we got to find that's the biggest problem, where we have an old, complicated process. We got this old, you dig this stuff up from the ground, you put it into a generation plant, the generation station, transmission systems, it keeps going around. And by the time it gets to the homeowner, there's a massive amount of cost just for the transportation of getting it to your home, not even what you use, right? So this old, cumbersome way of how energy has been generated, there's a better way. And we'll be talking about how this works for you guys, okay? So what's the solution to this? Well, it's Reach Solar. Again, putting the homeowner first, focusing on helping them. But watch this. Control of your electricity costs. That's number one, right? To empower people to own their own energy. So if you have the ability to control your electricity costs, which continues to increase year after year, with solar, you control the electricity cost yourself, right? Secondly, is increase the home's value. How would you like to actually have your home increase in value? It's one of the only things you can actually do to your home without having to pay for something to upgrade, like a pool, like upgrading your bathrooms, things of that nature. If you can save money and increase the value of your home at least 4%, if you have $1 million home and all of a sudden you have 40,000 plus in equity, that's a kind of a good place to be, right? Number three is protecting the environment. At the end of the day, I believe that we don't inherit the earth. We are borrowing it from our kids and grandkids, right? When you use electricity that produces by solar, it reduces the use of fossil fuels to produce electricity. That means just healthy environment for now and the future generations. Now, solar is great for homeowners. We get that. We see that. Let's talk about how solar's been done wrong for a long time, right? Because you think about it, what makes more sense? Let's go back to the solar side, right? If you can actually take solar, right, put it on your roof, generate energy from the sun, take it from direct current, DC energy, to AC energy, alternating current to what we use to generate our energy to our homes, and we don't have to worry about the delivery costs anymore, right? And we can actually just harness the energy from the sun, because the sun's never raised the rates for like 1 billion years. Why not use energy from the sun and have your like a mini power plant on your home? That's super safe and simple and easy to use, right? So we get that. We get that solar is great, because I recognize that if you increase the value of the home, you're saving money every month. You actually have an end date where you can actually own your energy outright, and you don't have to be controlled by these greedy monopoly companies. It's like an IQ test for the homeowner, but it's just about informing and educating them in an effective manner. Now we'll talk about, you don't have to be that person that informs and educates. You just have to be the connector to connect them to the information, to let them see how it can be beneficial for them, right? So we'll talk about different roles that you can play in this space, but recognizing that solar really has been done wrong for a long time. Solar's been around since the 70s, right? But the technology has caught up. The price has come down, social acceptance is occurring. We're at that 3 to 5% market penetration going into hyper growth. Now is the time to participate. Now is the time to capitalize on being a part of the industry in and of itself, right? But how it's been done for sort of a long time, for decades, is it's been based on a PPW type system. It's a red line system to where these salespeople are going out and trying to sell these homeowners, okay? Let me explain how this works. In the normal traditional way that we've been doing so far, you've got a hard cost, the energy red line pricing. You've got the hard costs, you got the cost of manufacturing the panels, to installation, to hiring the people to install. There's hard cost to a company, right? But then you have dealer profits. Now, these are the people that say, look, I'm going to take these things and get them connected to the homeowner, and I'm going to get my piece of the pie no matter what, right? And then they hire a whole bunch of agents that go out there and sell to homeowners, right? That's called a red line commission. What's the red line? And a certain price per watt that they charge to the homeowner, right? So if I can use, who could help me out here real quick? Somebody on here. Aaron, you want to help me out?
Yeah, sure.
Aaron, check this out. So imagine, let's just say we're selling refrigerators, okay? And your grandma goes to get a refrigerator, and I'm looking at selling refrigerators. My cost is going to be, let's say $400. I need to get $400 to get my price back and get a little piece of whatever I need to get it to market, right? Now, David comes in and says, hey, look, I talked to David and say, David, you can sell this for whatever you want above and beyond $400, okay? And David goes out to your grandma and starts selling your grandma. He makes whatever he can sell it for, he keeps. How much do you think David's going to sell that refrigerator for?
I would say probably at least 800 to get
As
the
much as he could, 1,000, 2,000,
or whatever. Yeah.
Make
Yep.
that money, honey. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever he can do to make more money, he'll do it, right? And
Yep.
that type of price gouging, right? Not focusing on the homeowner, focusing on your grandma. Would you want David to sell anything to your grandma?
No, if I knew, what the cost was and how much he was gouging it, yeah, I would tell her not to look elsewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. But that's how it's been done wrong for a long time. So we have an innovative model where we utilize a rev share model, right? It's family pricing every time. We're always going to have our hard cost that exists to be able to get it to market, right? But we're going to take that dealer profit and the commissions from the red line, and we're going to put it together to where it's a 75-25 split. 75% doesn't go to the company. It goes to the sales force. 25% goes to the company where it keeps the company running effectively, right? So literally, we can actually bring the price down for the homeowner, still make phenomenal money, but we're focusing on the homeowner first. Does that all make any sense? Versus gouging the price for these homeowners and your grandma, okay? So we're revolutionizing solar in favor of homeowners. I believe that we're doing for solar kind of what Netflix did to Blockbuster, right? A lot of these companies are not going to be able to stay ahead of that curve to where the innovation of how we're doing things effectively and getting to market, and in a large market that we have, over 41 different states and provinces currently just at the beginning, guys, we're going to be changing this game in a big way. Because we put the homeowner first, educate homeowners, we have friends and family pricing, best buying experience that they'll have, and a 5-star service after the sale. So from sale to install and permission to operate, we go through then to make it a seamless and flawless experience for each and every homeowner. We're also revolutionizing solar for field reps. We have a servant's mentality here. We want to support and help other people succeed here. We have a culture of meritocracy, which means that it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter your age, your sex, your ethnicity, your religion. It doesn't matter. Whatever you put into this, you'll get out of it. There's no glass ceiling here. If you're looking to make an extra $3 to $5 grand here, great, that's possible for you. If you're looking to make an extra 50, 60,000 a month, guess what? That's possible here for you, right? There's no glass ceiling on what you can generate and operate here. And again, like I was sharing with you guys, we're in 36 plus different states and provinces that people can participate and benefit from. And we're going to be growing. This is just the beginning. We literally had just launched this company this last month. We've been in a pre-launch and a whisper campaign, pre-launch, and now we're in full launch with this company. But we look like $1 billion company already. Why is that? Is because we already have, we've connected and we brought in the best of the best. We have Dave Williamson, right? I was just at his home in Arizona, beautiful home. He was the founder and former CEO of a company called Titan that was one of the largest installers in the entire country, right? He's like the GOAT, right? He is like the Michael Jordan of solar. He's not only a part of the company and helping build the company, but he's also building a team and organization here because he sees the value and sees the big picture and the vision of what we're doing here. Our CFO is the former CFO of Ferrari, of GMC, came out of retirement because he saw the big picture of what we're doing here and how we're changing the game on a large scale. So that's a big deal to be able to facilitate being at the perfect timing of an industry and expand into hypergrowth. Okay, so let's talk about what's in it for you. How is it that you can benefit and participate in, and what kind of money is to be generated here? How you doing, Shamir, by the way? Good to see you, man.
Hey.
All right. Good stuff. So look at the compensation, the incentives. Let's talk about the money. How much can you generate here? Again, no glass ceiling. There's different roles that people can play as well. So as a rep role, as a setter, what you do is you find homeowners open to solar. You schedule a solar consultation on Zoom with the homeowner, the trainer, and yourself, right? That's really what a setter does. They're just a connector. They acquire an electric bill, submit the bill, set up a consultation, let someone else do the work, and you get paid. You're not even selling. You're just collecting bills, literally. So here's an example based on sales revenue of 10,000 revenue, okay? So let's say $30,000 of cost to the client, 20,000 of that is cost to the installation. So there's 10,000 of revenue that goes into reach, okay? So all these numbers will be based on the average. Some will be more, some will be less. Well, these will all be based on the 10,000 revenue, okay? So as a setter, what you do is acquiring a bill, setting that up, right? Hold on one sec. Get Mr. Carnegie in here. Your first sale, you're seeing 10%. You're seeing $1,000 just from getting a bill, setting it up, and helping them achieve that, right? Your second is 15%. So your second sale, you're making $1,500 with a 10,000 revenue. The third is 20%. That's $2,000. Again, just by acquiring a bill. Where can you go get a bill from somebody? If it makes common sense for them to go solar, you can make $2,000. You can do that as much as you want. You can do that 5 times, 10 times, 20 times a month, right? So you'll be seeing at least 20% to be able to help you generate that type of income on a monthly basis. The first 10, 15, 20%, okay? Now, here's what's great. If we can help you achieve that and do that in a short period of time, in the first 15 days, if you can just acquire 4 electric bills and set appointments, and you plus that first sale in your first 15 days, you're seeing $500 fast start bonus right away. That's amazing, right? Just getting 4 bills. Because what we realized in the average is for every 4 bills that you acquire in consultations that are done, you'll see at least 1 sale, right? So if you know that that's the average, you might be 3 out of 4, might be 5 might be 5 bills that you get 1 sale. But on average, could be the first one you get. We don't know. But at least for every 4 in an appointment set, you should see at least 1 sale there. Okay. So you'll see that fast start bonus of $500. Now the sales rep is playing the role as a setter and selling the solar itself. So finds the homeowner, opens solar, schedules the solar consultation on Zoom with the homeowner and themselves, and then sells solar with or without the assistance of a trainer. Okay. So this is for people, because as a setter, you can stay a setter your entire existence. It doesn't matter. You don't have to step into a role of selling anything here if you choose not to. That's a non-selling role. As a sales rep, as a producer, that you can actually do the presentation, do the sales yourself. If you choose to step into that role, starting your 4th presentation, you can start making presentations yourself, okay? Or after the 4th sale. So on the 4th sale, you're seeing 40% instead of the 20%. On your 5th, you're making 45%, and on your 6th sale and install, it's 50%. That's $5,000 on average with a $10,000 revenue, right? And so you at least see 50% every sale above and beyond that. Now, some people want to step into a role of being a trainer. You've done multiple presentations. You now feel like you're a pro. You've already made at least 7 different sales. You can actually qualify to become a trainer. And the trainer really trains setters and producers by doing activities with them that generate assisted at sales, okay? So you can actually help other people do presentations for other people as setters, and you can actually see a portion of that income there, right? So as a trainer, after 7 installed sales as a sales rep, the field rep can play the role of the company sales rep and assisted sales from solar consultations set by setters, okay? So the trainer doing the presentation, the setter is acquiring the bill, they both come on, the trainer does the presentation for the homeowner, and if they choose to go solar, the setter will see that 10, 15, or 20%, and the trainer will see a 30% commission on average, will see about $3,000. Okay, so again, these are different roles that you can choose to play in: selling roles and non-selling roles. Okay, we talked about 2 selling roles and 1 non-selling role. We'll talk about the third one here in a second. But if you're able to go out and you would like to start introducing other people to this opportunity, and you start building a team, they can actually become a trainer themselves. Now, if you want to become a trainer, your goal is to help other people in your organization get their 7 installed sales and become a trainer themselves. Upon doing that, the company sales rep is paid for a field rep's first 7 installed sales as they assisted in. So it's up to $14,000 in company sales rep bonus as a trainer bonus on top of that, okay? Now, this is the second non-selling role. It's called a builder. A builder builds teams. That's really what it is, right? And they just really are identifying, we reward people financially for finding talent, right? I've done in many businesses and jobs in my life before, when I introduced somebody to an opportunity and they got hired on and they started making sales, I didn't make anything. I would just be a good friend trying to hook them up with a good opportunity. Okay? Well, here, if you bring people to the company and you introduce them to how the opportunity works, you bring them onto a presentation like this, they choose to come aboard, they become a part of your team, guess what? You actually see money every time they generate revenue for the company. So you register people for a business overview, enrolls people as field reps, and helps them to get to start enjoying the success that we have here. So as a builder, right, my mentor always asked me this: Franklin, what's easier for you to pay your bills? You by yourself or having 10 people help contribute to pay your bills?
Having the 10 people.
I mean, duh. When I first learned about this, I was in my younger years in serving tables at Chili's restaurant, right? I was a chili server, right? And I started realizing if I was just trading time for money, dollars for hours, that I was never really going to get ahead. I was going to pay my bills, but I could never stop working. There was no leverage in my life, right? So my mentor said, hey, look, build something to where you can actually see revenue comes in from those who are actually working. The power of the leverage of helping other people succeed and you can succeed. Like J. Paul Getty, one of the first recorded billionaires, said, I'd rather work with 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own, right? So this is optional. You do not have to build a team here. But just like a real estate broker has multiple agents that are making sales in homes, when the agent makes a sale, the broker also sees an override. You have that same ability to do that here, which is phenomenal, right? So if you're a builder, you start introducing people to the company and they start getting their bills and setting up appointments and they start making sales. If you are the enroller of the setter, you make a 200 or a 2% commission on average of the 10,000 revenue. That's a $200 override every time an install happens on your team for those who you personally sponsor. Now, if the enroller of the sales rep or the company sales rep also makes the sale, right? So they come in, they become a producer, so they're acquiring the bill and they're doing the sale. That's an additional 2%. That's 4%. So you can work on both sides of those and bring on setters, bring on producers, and reap the rewards. If you have 10 people that are producers that are collecting their own bills, that's $400 a pop. If you're doing 10 installs a month from your team, guess how much you're earning? 10 times 400. That's $4,000. Now, did you collect the bill and do the presentation? No. You just introduced people to the company that saw the big picture and the vision, and they went after it, and you're making money when they're making sales. Does that make sense? All right. If that makes sense, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to make sure that you guys are not glossy-eyed here. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Now, this is one of the biggest things that separates us from any other generic solar company out there today, okay? Is we have these bonus pools that we have the ability to participate in. Now, let me explain how this works, okay? We're going to use that same example. Again, some might be more. So if you have a bigger system that's maybe getting installed, that could be a 10,000 revenue to the company. The numbers will be bigger. You might have somebody that has an 8,000 revenue to the company. That number will be a little bit smaller. But on average, we're seeing about 10,000 revenue, okay? So how this works in the bonus pools is we take 21% of the entire company's revenue. So all the company sales are contributed to the bonus pool. And Reach adds money from all these sales pools, and bonuses are paid on the sales that revenue of your team that is generating income or generating revenue to the company. So the sales rep pool works like this, okay? So those who are producers and actually selling solar, okay? You generate 20,000 in revenue. That's just basically 2 installs. You, as the sales rep, will earn an additional $2,500 bonus. That's not bad, right? By the way, I've known people that are doing 30, 40 installs a month. Pretty fantastic. But just 2, right? 20,000 revenue, it's an extra 2,500. If you can get 3 installs, 30,000 revenue, that's $6,000 bonus. 50,000 in revenue, that'd be basically 5 installed sales. That's $12,000 in bonus. And then 8 installs, 80,000 revenue, be $25,000 bonus. And 12 installs would equate 120,000 in revenue to the company. That'd be a $50,000 bonus above and beyond all the revenue that you're actually generating for yourself. So, for example, if you did 5,000, 120,000, that'd be 5,000 to you plus the 12 times that 12. That's $60,000 in commission. Okay. The $50,000 bonus pool, that'll be $110,000 for 12 installed sales. Nobody can touch what we're doing here, guys. So if you know people that are in the solar space or great salespeople and they want to learn how to sell solar, this is very, very attractive where you can make, and this is not $110,000 a year, this is a month, okay, for 12 installs in this example, okay? Now, the builder side, we were talking about building an organization, a team. You have who you know that would love to make an additional revenue stream, that are sick and tired of being sick and tired of working for the man, right? They can build something part-time, spare time, build around their busy schedule. You can build a team here. Now, as a builder, if you're building a team, if you just bring on 2 people, right, or 2 teams. Now, what is a team? Let's explain what that is. A team could be Gabriel Smith brings on Nicole, right? So Gabriel has 1 team member. And then Gabriel also brings on David. That's 2 team members, okay? You see what I'm laying down here, Gabriel? Okay, check. So we got these, you got 2 team members. So if one gets an install and the other one gets install, right? That's 1 install, 10,000 revenue each. You're seeing a $2,500 bonus. Just 2 teams making 1 install each. Gabriel, how many more people do you want to have bring on your team so you can see more of that 2,500?
As many as I can get.
As many as you can, right? but it gets better. Check this out. If you just had 3 teams doing 1 install each, 20,000 in revenue, that's $8,000 bonus to you, to the person that brought in the talent that brings revenue to the company. That's phenomenal. Let's keep building that team. Let's keep bringing people on to learn how the benefits of this can be. If you have 4 teams with just doing 3 installs each, right? So you have 3, 6, 9, 12 installs, 4 separate teams doing 3 installs each, 30,000 each. You're looking at a $30,000 bonus. Now, did you make a sale? No. Did you bring in a bill? No. But the team is producing, right? Now, if you're doing that yourself, that's extra money for you. Boom, 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 right? But only money is generated when revenue is created, okay? That rhyme? That sounded pretty good. I think I like that one. Poet didn't know it. You have 5 teams doing 60,000 revenue. This starts to get a little bit amazing here, right? So each one of these teams, because Gabriel, you can have Edward, and that one team could be 5, 10, 20, 50 people, right? We got people that have thousands of people in their team already in the first 3 to 6 months of being here, okay? So this can be very significant for you to be able to build a sales team that are all just getting bills, submitting bills, and presentations being done to where sales are being made. You have 5 teams doing 60,000 in revenue each. That'll be 6 installs each. That'll be 90,000 revenue to you because you're the one building the team. So this is a portion that can become very attractive for those who are team builders that know how to build culture and can help other people succeed, okay? So that is my portion of the presentation. I want to thank you guys for being here. What I want to do is this. I want you to ask some questions. Any questions you may have, I'm going to be here for the next few minutes to help answer those. You probably want to know how much it costs to get started, right? Nobody wants to know? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. This is something that was mind blowing to me because you see the type of numbers that can be generated. And some people just checked out. They're like, oh my gosh, I never made more than $5,000 a month in my life. To be able to think that I could actually generate 30, 40, 50,000 a month, mind blowing. But again, it's capitalizing on an industry. It's a high ticket item, right? But it's actually not because no money out of pocket for the homeowner if they qualify, and be able to help them save money every single month, increase the value of their home. It's an IQ test. This is the timing to participate, right? And I'll tell you a quick story because timing is everything, right? In business. I called my friend and I heard somebody that asked, you know, how do you generate the leads? Well, who do you know that owns a home has an electric bill? Everybody you know that owns a home has an electric bill. And how long do they have to pay for that electric bill? Forever. And their kids and grandkids. How would you like to show them a better way to where they own their own energy and give them an opportunity to participate and benefit, right? So just acquiring electric bill, and you make it as simple as, hey, look, ring, ring, ring. Hey, Erica, by the way, this is exactly what I did. My friend Erica's been in real estate for decades and I've known her for 9 years. By the way, it doesn't cost you anything to get started here. 0 down, 0 a month. We're not a pay to play here. We want to have you come in with your work ethic, with your consistency, and to be able to help other people, okay? If you're willing to do that, we're willing to give you a free website, free back office, all the tools, resources, materials you need, a free app to actually share the information with people. Guys, we have it all here. It's phenomenal. So it's just, if you see it, it's because it takes vision to see something before the masses do, but it takes courage to take action. Not everybody's courageous enough to step into a role that can change their life forever, okay? You have that opportunity here, okay? So I called my friend Erica up in real estate, and I called her a month too late. She was already in the process of going solar with another company, okay? And I'm like, man, well, let's just do this, Erica. Just for laughs and giggles, why don't we just do a proposal and a solar savings analysis, see what we could have done for you if you ended up going with us, right? We would have saved her $10,000 on her system, number one. Crazy. So she was being overpriced big time. They put her into a different program that was not serving her the way she needed to because they sold her what they wanted to sell her because they made more money, right? That red line model. And so she got gouged. She did, and she didn't get the one of the things that they have currently. The government has a 30% tax credit, right? So she didn't get her 30% tax credit. She was overcharged by $10,000, right? And so she got mad at me for not calling her before, right? So we're blessing people's lives by giving them the opportunity to see what we have because we're going to be doing things that we're going to be helping them more effectively than any other company out there today, okay? Secondly is she said, Kyle, I know my cousin Frank is going to be has been asking to go solar. Can I give you a referral? I'm like, absolutely. We get set up, we do a simple consultation, and at the end of the day, he ended up going solar with us. He actually saved more money, right? He had a better price, better system with better products on his roof, and he installed a month faster than she did, even though she was already a month into the process. So guys, again, we're helping people. And so I always just say, hey, look, who are the people that I care about in my life? If you don't care about people, it's not the place for you, okay? But who are the people I care about in my life, and who are the people that I know that own a home and have an electric bill? Because everybody knows somebody that has a home and has an electric bill, okay? Hopefully that helped answer that question. It's no cost to get started. Any questions for me before I have one last question for you? Hand raised. Who do we have a hand raised?
Shane.
Shane, how you doing, Shane?
Shane.
Give me Shane.
Okay, okay, so basically the sum of what you were saying with that question is you generate your own leads, basically.
Absolutely. Yep. And that's
Okay.
how out as
And okay, and the second question I had, I was looking on, I think it was maybe Glassdoor. So my question with that is, if you set an appointment, but they don't install or they don't, sign to get the solar, do you still get commission from setting the appointment alone?
no.
So you only make
Well,
money if they
first-
install.
The first 4 that you do, if you can do that in your first 15 days, there's a $500 bonus there. Absolutely. But for installs, what we do is we have M1 pay. So we have an upfront pay in the first 2 weeks. We pay a percentage out of the initial install. If for whatever reason it doesn't install, think about this, like, are you able to get paid for something that doesn't generate any income for the company, right? So this is a 1099. This is not a W-2. You actually
There
own
we
your-
go.
No, listen, the reason why I asked that question is because it's a website online that's saying that you guys pay $50 for like just setting an appointment. That's why I was asking.
What website is that?
It's Glassdoor.
Glassdoor.
It has the company's name and everything up there and the whole like description overview.
Well, I appreciate letting me know about that because that's something we need to address because we are independent sales reps here, right? And somebody's doing something that is not congruent to what the company does, then we need to put a stop to that. So I appreciate letting me know. Do you have the link to that? I would love to get that.
Actually, I took a screenshot of it yesterday.
Let me give you my phone number here. If you want to send that over to me, that'd be fantastic.
Okay.
So there's no base rate pay. It's all based on commission, correct?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Welcome. Yeah, some people are looking for a job, right? They want a base and a salary.
Absolutely. Yep.
Which is fine. And again, this isn't for everybody. We're not looking for everybody. We're looking for those who see the big picture and those who see that with jobs. I've had many jobs in my life, guys. Okay. Usually, if you have a base salary or you have a certain type of hourly commission, you're handcuffed. There's glass ceilings. You can only make a certain amount of money. Here, the sky's the limit. There's no glass ceiling what you can achieve here. So if you have an entrepreneurial mentality, if you understand that trading time for money, dollars for hours, is not going to get you ahead, but if you build something that has some type of leverage in your life, you can actually build and capitalize on an industry on the rise, then this is something for you. But if you're looking for a base salary, yeah, there's other places you can probably go find. I was just talking to a couple of guys that have been in the solar industry for a long time. They're like, man, it's hard to find a company that is honest, ethical, actually pays you. Right? So we're very transparent. We are very, you see everything in the back office, right? And actually, I could probably share my screen and show you a little bit of the back office. The back office is phenomenal. Again, we have some of the best resources, instruments. Let me share my screen here. So this is your back office.
I think solar would be a weird MLM kind of deal. I'm just wary. You understand?
Yeah, this is not traditional multi-level marketing. This is not multi-level at all. It's a direct sales model with a rev share model. Okay.
Okay.
So this is not network marketing. Okay. A lot of people get confused. So we have
That's
a
why
rev-
I'm asking.
Yeah, I love it, Brittany. It's a rev share model, and that we have a direct connection to where we have an override commission, right? So if you bring somebody on the team, if you choose, you don't ever have to build a team here if you don't want to. But if you do, you see an immediate override from anybody you personally sponsor. And then the rev share model allows the pools when it's being generated to where you can actually see commissions from the revenue that comes in from the teams if you choose to build a team. Okay. So as you can see, did I help answer your question, Brittany?
Yes.
Awesome. So this is clean. Again, this is not pay to play either. It's free to join. You'll see a lot of.
I hear you. That's why I'm asking, because
Yeah,
that's not normal for that MLM model. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're not MLM. That's the whole point. And here's the point: is also pay to play. There's a lot of companies out there, and they're starting to spark up because they want to capitalize on. You know, I've seen a few of them that just it costs you $200 to get started, $100 a month. Even if you don't make any money, you're paying money out, right?
Right.
We're not here to gouge people. We want to focus on helping people succeed. And it's as simple as if you guys choose to join today, again, it costs you nothing. Get back with the person who invited you. They're going to click on this little link right here, click on copy, and then you can either send it via text message, email, whichever means that you want, and they will get the link to enroll for free. That's as simple as this is. Super simple. You can build a solid team, an organization if you choose. To submit a bill, you just click on here. Once you get the bill from somebody, You just put their information in, you click on next, you put in your information, the sales rep, and then you upload the bill. And then you set up a time for the consultation, right? And then we teach you and show you exactly how you need to actually, some of the scripts that you need. So all the things that you need here is in our marketing section, right? You can click on scripts. There's a builder script and a solar script. We actually have our
Beautiful.
we have everything. Everything you guys need. It's phenomenal. It costs you $0, guys, right? Just to engage, right? We have daily activities that you can participate in. We have our Spanish market that's growing like crazy. We have center trainings right here in Spanish. Daily dose on a daily basis. So I just jump on there for 30 minutes, get some inspiration, motivation, and keep focused, right? So here in your training section, you can click on any of these, and you can click on, hold on one second. Click on, for example, you jump on the daily dose. You can either share that or Zoom meeting link, and also put it in your calendar to have your calendar pop up, and you can save it in your calendar. Kind of cool, right? So again, we have all the tools, all the resources, the videos, right? There's, if you click on, marketing here. Look at these videos you can share with people, right? So this is a enrollment sizzle video, a homeowner sizzle video. So imagine just clicking on this. You can click on copy, send it to a friend of yours, a homeowner, right? And I'll just play this for you since we have a couple of minutes here.
Come on, no, let's answer other questions.
Okay, what other question do you have, Fisher?
I just had a question, basically. So, if you're just getting started out here, it's pretty much just a cold calling role. I'm just curious. That's basically what it is.
I don't understand what cold calling is. You can do it however you choose. I wouldn't consider anything cold calling unless you want to just pick up the best way that I've learned is the Wealthy Build networks. Everyone else looks for work. Fisher, do you know anybody or your parents or your friend's parents that own a home that have an electric bill? Perfect. Before I started, I called my sister and I said, hey, look, I'm going through training. I started with a solar company that actually focuses on homeowners first. Part of my training, I'm just collecting 5 electric bills this week so I can actually go through some training. You mind if I practice on yours?
Okay.
You know, if you do me a favor, send me your last month's electric bill. I'm not going to pay it for you, don't worry. But if you throw that over to me to really help me out through my training, it'd be great.
Okay.
Super simple, right? You just get a bill, you submit the bill, set up a consultation. Hey, look, by the way, if the numbers come back in your favor, and part of my training, they just kind of go through some of the numbers with people. You mind if I set up a solar savings analysis for you so they can go through that so I can learn?
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I got a question.
Yes, sir, dear.
I probably came in late, so apologies if this is a duplicate, but for the people that end up getting the solar, is this a lease arrangement? Is this a payoff, total payoff? How does that happen? Say if the seller wants to, sell their house, like my alarm system, if I take off and sell my house and go to another one, they will give me an equitable system once I set up in the new spot. Is that how this works?
Yeah, I love the questions, and all of these questions you'll actually be learning as well once you acquire the bill, set the consultation up. I'll address it right now. And I would also suggest get back with the person who invited you, get some of these questions answered. Who is it that invited you here today, Jared?
His name's Lee.
Lee?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So how this works is if a homeowner chooses to go solar and they sell their house in, let's say, 7 years, okay? One of two things can happen. They can either put that into the cost of the homes for the new homeowner, or they can take over the lease or the payment for what they're paying for the solar, right? So imagine, and this is why the value of the home increases too, because imagine if you're looking at 2 different properties, one has solar, one doesn't. One has an electric bill, one doesn't. Which one would you weigh on more?
Well, yeah, I understand that part, but from the standpoint,
system, no.
right. I mean, based on what you just said, I would definitely take the one without the bill. But based on the seller's position, that already has your solar installed, that's the perspective I'm looking at.
Sure. So if you're the seller or you're the one that's purchasing?
I'm the seller of the home that you just installed your system, the Reach Solar.
That's a
I've got it
big-
on there.
That's a big selling factor right there, for sure.
Right, right. And I know it increases the value of the home and everything. But my question is more toward for that seller that's taken off. They're leaving, they're going to a new home that does not have solar. Okay? It's not a new home. So when they go, can you, I don't know, can you take your system, like I was giving you the example with my alarm company? Can you take that solar to the new house?
It wouldn't make sense. It would cost them more money to uninstall it and reinstall it somewhere else than just to get a new system on the new home. And to answer your other question, we don't pigeonhole people. We don't put people in boxes. We do go through a line of discovery questions with the homeowner just to find out what their needs are, what the value of what they're looking for, whether it's a lease, whether it's a purchase power agreement, depending on the state, or whether it's if they want to pay a cash or outright purchase, right? So if they qualify and they wanted to get it as a lease, right? There's benefits to a lease and there's benefits to purchasing, right? And so you'll go through that in more of the training. This is more of a general overview, but they'll be teaching through the system, through the program, of what would be the value of both. But your job isn't to sell that side of things. Your job is to learn to acquire a bill, set up a consultation, let the trainer do the presentation, and you be earning as you're learning, okay? And we have different trainings that we have available throughout the week as well, if people want to participate in, okay?
Copy that.
Great question, Derek. Any other
I have
questions?
another question.
I've been waiting here too for a while, so.
He can go first.
Look at the hands that are raised here, okay? You made a comment that I heard really quickly and I grabbed hold of. When you were doing the story of the friend of yours that purchased solar from the other company, you said that she did not get the tax credit, tax incentive. And I want to know, how does that happen? I mean, is it underhanded selling by the solar person to not tell her about it or something? Or how does she not get it?
If the solar guy is going to be making more money by pushing them into a lease, right?
Oh,
They
okay.
didn't give them the
Different
purchase.
product. Okay. I got it.
Right?
Okay. And
They
then
push
the question, so in other words, if they lease the product, they don't qualify for the tax incentive. However, the sales guy could make more money by selling the lease rather than so I get that. That makes perfect sense. Next question was on Derek's deal.
Let me address that, David, real quick.
Sure.
So the 30% tax credit is kind of absorbed into the cost
Sure.
of the lease. So over 30 years, you'll end up, or however long the term is, over that time frame, because you'll get a better pricing for the lease, because they absorb that 30% tax credit, right? So it is there. It's just a lesser price, right? So there's pros to both.
But
it just really depends
on the
the
lease,
visual-
doesn't the tax credit go to the company that leased the product?
That's correct.
Yeah. So it doesn't affect the homeowner.
No.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Now to
If you
Derek's
don't have-
question.
If you don't have taxable income,
Right.
then the lease might be the best way to go. So
Right.
Again, it'll based on the discretion of and giving the option, right, and informing and educating the homeowner versus, hey, look, I'm just going to put you into this program, versus, hey, look, these are the options, and educating and informing them, right?
Right.
So that's, to me, the more ethical way to do it.
So if she
Okay, go
lost
ahead.
her tax credit and was upset about it, the problem was she was misinformed some way or another.
Correct.
Okay. On Derek's question before, when he was talking about leaving the home and going into a new home, I think what he was trying to find out was, is there any way that more solar can be put on the new home? And that would be a no. But my question would be, if somebody did that and put solar on their home, moved 5 years later into a new home and decided that they wanted solar on the new home, and the tax incentive program was still available, are they qualified for that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The new home.
So
So
there's
yeah,
no
these
time.
technical, David, these technical questions, we can go later into, okay?
Fine.
That's more of training
Fine.
type stuff.
No
Right now, I
problem.
want to focus on the opportunity side. Any questions about how the business side of things work or how we can help you guys participate? I'll do one or two more questions and then we'll jump off. Go ahead.
I didn't see Pennsylvania on the list of states. Can Pennsylvania residents participate?
That's a great question. If it's not on the states yet, by the way, we're adding on installers consistently. If you're not seeing Pennsylvania on there right now, don't be alarmed. We're literally bringing on consistently more and more installers to open up additional states, okay? In the meantime, do you know anybody outside of Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Perfect. So you can build here. We have people that live in the Philippines, that live in Mexico, that live in other states that don't have solar, right? But guess what? Everybody knows somebody in those other 36 plus states and provinces that own a home that have an electric bill. So we start there, right? And then it'll continue to expand as we continue to grow and more installers. Our goal here the next 12 months is to be in all 50 states, okay?
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. One more question? I think Brittany had one more.
Please, yes. Okay.
You-
How often do you see people succeed in the roles and work their way up? So say you have 10 people, you're very good with numbers, I can see that. But say you have 10 people, are 5 of them making it? Are 2 of them making it? You know what I mean?
It really depends. It
I
depends
get,
on-
I get that it's
So
dependent
Brittany,
upon the individual, but how often are you seeing people succeed?
Let me help you out. A lot of people. I can't give you a statistic for every 10 people that start. 5 will be successful. I can't give you that statistic, okay? And there's some people that start, 3 months ago that don't actually engage for another 6 months and then they succeed, right? Maybe there was the timing. So I can't really give you that type of statistic because we just launched the company. Those who I do
Right.
know are succeeding are those who are staying consistent on participation and focusing on getting on the calls, and then
Understood.
and engaging on anything, just like a job, right?
Yeah,
Can you?
the individual is responsible for their own success.